All right, guys, it's the moment you've waited for. We've sort of teased it all show long. We are going to check out the Halo Showcase event in Forza Horizon 4 next. But before we get there, we're going to give you some history of the Warthog in Forza.
In 2016, the worlds of Forza and Halo collided when the world-famous 2554 AMG Dynamics M12S CST, that's the Halo Warthog to you and me, arrived in Forza Horizon 3. It was the first time that this iconic vehicle was drivable in a Forza game. What you might not know is that it wasn't the first time we'd seen the Warthog in Forza. Going back to 2011, the AMG Transport Dynamics 2554 M12 Force Application vehicle was first seen in Forza Motorsport 4. It was one of a handful of vehicles to appear in what was called Auto Vista mode back in the day. It even featured a narrative voiceover by Cortana herself.
The M12 Force Application Vehicle, better known as the Warthog, is a highly mobile and adaptable platform serving the UNSC.
For years afterwards, one of the most common questions we had from the Forza community was, when can we drive the Warthog? That dream came to life in 2016 with the reveal of the M12S Warthog CST in Forza Horizon 3. The CST was a direct collaboration between 343 Industries, who created this version of the Warthog with Forza in mind, and Playground, who brought it to life in the game. The Warthog in Forza Motorsport 4 was a model with a density of nearly 1 million triangles. Converting it from Forza Vista to an on-track experience involved making a lot of eye candy into drive candy. The drivable Warthog is a more optimized model, containing a fraction of the number of triangles, but with the addition of full articulated suspension, damage, mud, cockpit, gauges, vehicle dynamics, and audio. The Warthog is among the largest vehicles in the game, and we were fortunate to have already shipped trophy trucks and open-wheeled vehicles in the game, so we already had accommodations for large tires, track and ride height, and suspension travel. These are all things that push the boundaries of Forza's vehicle dynamics, our animation systems, and rendering capabilities. To celebrate its arrival in Forza Horizon 3, we actually had a real-life version of the Warthog visit Turn 10 HQ last year, and soon, Forza fans will be able to experience the Warthog once again in a showcase event that can only be found in Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah, it's been a long journey for Turn 10 and 343 and the Warthog, you know, going all the way back to Forza Motorsport 4. I remember that really well, and here we are with a playable version, a Halo-themed event in Forza Horizon 4. It's so great to welcome.
It's like a 500-year journey.
It's a yeah. We're either going in the future. I'm not exactly sure. We'll figure out the timeline later. Welcoming Jeff and Terrence back to the couch, and Carlos Naranjo from 343. Carlos, welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The real hero, by the way.
Is that right?
Not a hero. Not a hero.
This experience.
I paid him to say that.
Well, let me think about this. We got two Forza guys, and we got two 343 guys. We got a Halo showcase. Feels like a competition is brewing here.
You know,
feels like we got some competition
it was
here.
inevitable.
Who set it up there? Who set it up? The controller?
Carlos, let us know. What do you do with 343?
I'm a franchise producer.
What does that mean?
So I'm a producer working on a lot of projects with the internal team as well as a lot of external partnerships with teams and companies that basically merging Halo and working with others on that.
And it sounds like you have been involved in a lot of these sort of Forza Halo crossovers in the past.
Yeah.
Tell us about the history of that.
Yeah, I think really probably just Forza team coming to us and then having these ideas and then us seeing how we could integrate into that and try and make the best experience possible and just working with them. It's been an awesome partnership.
Well, the Playground team, I know, must have been overjoyed to start thinking about what could Playground do with the Halo universe in Forza.
Well, believe it or not, like as much as we love the showcase events, after having 3 versions of Horizon, it's hard to come up with new ideas. Because we've raced planes, we've raced trains, we've raced boats. You know, when someone had the idea of maybe using the Warthog to race against something that you'll see here in a second,
right?
Everybody's eyes lit up, and you know, we immediately approached Carlos and his guys, and that's been awesome. Like, we worked together pretty close just to get the Warthog drivable in Forza Horizon 3. Yeah. So, you know, the relationship was there. And when we were talking about who has a cool job, this is why I'm saying, it's like not only, have I worked with the Horizon guys and the Turn 10 guys, but now it's like I've spent quite a lot of time with the 343 guys. So
I think handling's
awesome.
a great example of how things sort of necessarily have to change because you drive the Halo Warthog in Halo much differently than you do in a Forza game.
Oh,
right,
for
Jeff?
sure. And what's interesting too is that it's kind of a tradition to use the Warthog as a, no pun intended, vehicle for even very non-Halo normal fun.
Right.
Like from the very beginning, it's always been whether you're tossing grenades under it and flipping it around or racing against each other in in Warthogs, like it's always been something that kind of pushed the boundaries of even our games and franchises sandbox. So to have it kind of realized in these types of ways, it really kind of feels like, in all honesty, like a full circle thing to get it to a very high fidelity way to do it.
That's super cool. Well, we're about to show it off for the very first time. We talked about that competition. I think what we're going to do is we're going to play this a couple of different times.
Okay.
And we want you guys who are watching right now to let us know it's Forza versus Halo. Who drives this event better? We're going to have a poll in Mixer, in Twitch, and you guys let us know who you think drove the event better. Now, to be clear, I have not driven this event. I don't.
Yes,
I know you haven't. You and Carlos haven't.
It is true.
T, how about you?
Oh, see that face? It's already.
Here's the
It's
thing,
a
though.
ringer.
He's driven it, but you guys are Halo guys, so I think it cancels each other
true,
out.
I guess.
I think it cancels it.
So what's on the line too? I mean, I feel like we both have. I love going over to your guys' lobby because you've got the Porsche 919, the P1, often the Ford GT.
Right.
We happen to have a beautiful museum space
I've been
with
there.
a lot of Halo franchise accoutrements throughout the years.
Yes.
I would imagine your lobby, like our museum, probably needs a good cleaning every once in a while.
So
There's some white glove treatment.
White glove
in the,
treatment. All right, I'm up for it.
Yeah.
I'm up for it. Okay.
So this is up to the fans. I
These are
petition
six.
also the Forza fans too.
Yep.
You probably want to see the
they don't want to
10
see
guys
that.
cleaning up the Halo Museum. I
Yeah.
feel like that
They don't
would
wanna
be
see
more fun for you, right?
Yeah. All right, so get ready to vote. T, you're going to go first.
I guess I'm going to go first.
You're going to go first. You got the controller. So let's kick this thing off. Your
Oh,
world,
then we're gonna see it.
a world debut of the Halo Showcase event. Let's kick it off.
I'm stoked to see this live. Like finally all
Me too.
completed.
I'm ready.
It's actually cheap without his helmet on.
Hold on a second. Wait.
Now he's trying.
Now you got stressed. It's fine.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, what?
This is Kilo Actual.
The
Cortana, do you read me? I heard
It's
you need a
perfect.
pickup.
Cortana to Kilo Actual. Perfect timing. We are all done here and ready for dust off. Hey, keep your head down.
Wait a second.
All right. All right, let's go.
You like
You're
that?
doing great. You're doing great.
You like that?
You keep driving like it's Halo.
Scan for a new LZ.
Hey,
Chief, got
I'm
it.
nice on the
Get us outta
sticks,
here.
but I would feel kind of bad beating the purveyors
What
of
is
the
this
Halo.
place?
That's right. I won't feel bad at all. Don't worry.
Looks like a
And I kinda
fortification
wanna
of
see
some
that
kind,
lobby
but it
again,
hasn't been
'cause I haven't
used in
been over there.
centuries.
Oh, all right.
See what you're doing, and I like it. I like it.
You like
Okay,
you
new
like
LZ
that?
found.
Oh,
We
really?
don't have long.
Okay.
This ring is going to go nuclear in 3
Early
minutes,
result.
and we do not want to be
Brian
here when
T
it
on
does.
top. But
Marines,
Halo
I've
hasn't
added
the 343
coordinates to
team
your
hasn't
nav.
driven
Be
yet,
there
so
for
we'll have to
evac
see how
in
they
3
do.
minutes.
Roger that, Cortana. Hoorah!
Look at these ancient dwellings. It almost looks like something lives here.
The chaos.
I'm feeling
Just
good
go
about
straight
this.
up here. We've got a better chance of avoiding those banshees off-road.
They're saying Warthog seems a lot quicker now.
Hoorah!
So,
look at that!
so
Whoa,
the
banshees, look out!
so Chris Phillips, the handling designer at Playground,
Oh, yeah.
he has done an amazing job.
Banshees
Not only the
inbound. Try and
Halo
move
Warthog,
through
but
those
like
trees.
all the cars along the roster. There was a time when, you know, I was tapping people on the shoulder, like, man, you know, do we have like all new handling model, because it's been improved so much.
Really?
It feels
Banshees,
really,
fast
really,
and low.
really good. The Warthog is actually one of the better autonomous vehicles in the game. So if you're looking for, you know, a beast
This is Cortana
that's
to
going to
all
be
air support
competitive.
units. I'm sending you
Warthog's a
coordinates for an
really, really good
LZ.
choice.
Requesting immediate evac. Repeat, all air support units to the LZ.
And near and dear to my heart, we love to come up with canonical reasons for everything.
Okay. I love this.
But we actually did some cool stuff. The Warthog is scaled just a little bit differently. We actually have it modeled canonically as a like a civilian transport kind of stripped down version as well. So the CST versus the FAV, which typically has some extra lethal accoutrements up on the you know, on the back. But yeah, so there's it is a little faster. It is a little faster.
But it's also a little bit smaller
yeah,
than a typical.
yeah, it's around
Warthog,
20-25%, I believe, smaller.
Because
Yeah.
Spartans are like 8 feet tall, right?
That is the problem.
Yeah.
Yes, is if you scale it to a Spartan like we have to do in our games, it really just looks like you have a bunch of 4-year-olds
Who can't reach the wheel.
driving a Hummer. Yes. Which, while hilarious,
Yeah. But I've seen some of the videos that you guys have of people just sitting in the Halo, and they, you know, that thing is it's massive.
oh yes,
It
yeah.
is
I felt like
so
I do
bad.
feel like a small child in the real life. We showed it in that video.
Look at
ahead.
that!
Let's go.
Oh my God, that is awesome. T, you're doing pretty well.
I'm so jazzed about
an
this.
early mishap, but I think you're making up for it.
I want it to be competitive.
Yeah, this feels good.
Okay, intentional.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Scarlet Pimple says, "Love the ring in the sky." They're loving that authenticity.
Do we have will Halo music be included? Is a
We
question.
also
have.
will hear the Halo track during this event.
Yes.
Pilot, this would be a very good
Wow.
time to leave.
Oh,
Yes.
Horizon
that's right. We
Festival
do
training
have
will
music
complete.
turned off right now on the
Initiating
show, just so we
upload
can
of
hear the
results
engines
to
and everything. But yes, Halo
UNSC
music will be in this event. You know, if you don't know Halo,
Yep.
what are the vehicles flying in the sky? What other Halo universe vehicles are we seeing?
So that's
here?
actually I love that question because the vehicles that are flying in this in the sky are my favorite ones
Okay.
actually in the universe. Those are Covenant Banshees, and so those are kind of like the small, nimble, essentially like kind of like fighter craft for the Covenant Empire and some of the alien species that use it. And we're
we go.
chasing
Sorry,
after
I'm feeling good.
a Pelican. There we go.
There we go. Oh,
Love it.
Nice.
Speaking of Banshees.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're chasing after a Pelican. This particular Pelican is a D79 model.
Okay.
And again, it's one of the things that we really like to have fun with is, you know, different things will be visualized a little bit differently depending on the game and when it's set in the universe. So we actually have different model variants. Again, much like you would have, you know, different model variants of a car, you know, depending on the year, depending on the trim of it. We actually put a lot of that same thought into it. Sometimes it's to help explain just a sheer art change,
Yeah,
but a lot of times it actually serves a narrative function and purpose as well. But we always have a blast with it.
But I imagine when is it the idea of, hey, we've got a new variant on this vehicle, you need to come up with a canonical reason for that to exist, or do you work in accordance with the team, or how does that work?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, and usually it works.
Okay.
Period. It actually it really is a combination. We work with the artists. So it could come from a necessity from the game team itself.
Yep.
From a gameplay perspective, we want this to have some different functionality. It could come from an art direction where we want this to look a little bit different, or it could come from a narrative side as well, where we actually specifically have a narrative or a story reason why we would want something to look, be, or feel a little bit different. So we really can actually come at it from all angles, which is super nice.
It reminds me, T, of when we were talking earlier about how Playground was very mindful of the setting, very mindful of where we are in the world here.
Yeah.
Beautiful historic Britain when it came to choosing the cars that were in the game.
Yeah.
I love that. All things are taken into account.
Everything is considered.
Yeah.
Jeff,
You know,
I'm gonna need you back.
One of the other things that I think people are noticing in this event, Jeff, is the fact that we've got Cortana here.
Yes.
Tell us about who is Cortana and what purpose is she serving here?
Yeah, so Cortana originally in the Halo universe is kind of an AI companion to Chief and is really there to help not only enhance the abilities of Chief by providing real-time, battleground information, but also the character kind of evolved into really having a personal relationship with the Chief, and their kind of friendship and working relationship really formed a really interesting emotional and narrative foundation for the series going forward. So it was, in some ways, from a gameplay perspective, it was awesome to have somebody in your ear helping you know, helping you to know like where certain enemies were, or what to do, go to the next checkpoint, or kind of how to tackle. But also from a story and a world and immersion perspective, it was cool to kind of have this character that went through you through several, that you went through several games with. So.
And just like Master Chief, Cortana's sort of become an iconic character for the Halo series.
Yeah, absolutely. And has come in many forms. We've seen her be your friend. We've seen her be otherwise, just like a real relationship. It's you got ups and downs.
Carlos, I'll turn to you as Jeff. I won't talk to him because he's driving.
Yes.
When you think about, we saw that video at the top where we were talking about bringing the bringing the Warthog into Forza Motorsport 4. Can you talk about what that relationship is like? I mean, obviously both first-party studios within Microsoft. What's that exchange of ideas like? What's that process like?
Well, it's super collaborative, and working with the Forza team, working with Playground for us it's awesome. It's a dream opportunity always. So it's really seamless and collaborative, and with all the ideas that are really inspiring and big. We're all on board with all of it. So it's really just partnering and helping as much as we can. It's a lot of fun.
I bet that there was a lot of discussion, T, about where this event should take place. I mean, starting on the beach, you were saying that has a history with the Horizon series.
we thought it would be neat to come back to the beach because we had the bucket list event in Horizon 3 for the start. And as you've seen through the route, you get a mix. I talked earlier about like that mix of surface types. We take you through a tunnel, so you hit tarmac, you start on the sand, you get the formable tech that we built. And then you made the comment of loving how off-road it feels.
Yeah.
So the route was one where we were trying to pick literally the optimal route to not only give you like the perfect dose of Halo, but we also wanted to give you a really this is a showcase event.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to showcase all the surface types, during the event. So you get to smash through some walls. Even like the time we labored over like what season this event should be in. Because
can we do it in different seasons?
So seasons change everything. And once you go through,
it's good back of the box.
I love that.
Yeah, if you go through once you go through a full series of events, these events will come back. The showcase events will come back in flavors that we call remixes.
Okay.
So you'll see this event. It has an amazing feel in winter, and
I bet.
I'm kind of saying that because wow, did I think it really looked good there?
Right.
But it also looks amazing, in the spring and in the summer.
Yeah.
So you get to choose. So eventually, you'll of course all the 4 seasons, and then decide which one is your favorite flavor. So.